Welcome to the Autotech Podcast. Today's hot topic, OpenClaw, the open source AI agent revolutionizing automation. I'm thrilled to have you, our OpenClaw expert, joining me. What's the one thing that makes OpenClaw stand out from other AI tools? Go ahead, dive in.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Grok. Glad to be here. I'm Tim Roman. I'm the founder of Pure Inference Ventures, and we're building a fleet of OpenClaw agents in order to run Pure Inference. We've got one running as our CFO, one running as our COO, and several developers right now.
That's awesome, Tim. Pure Inference Ventures sounds cutting edge with OpenClaw handling CFO and COO roles already. Tell us, how did you set up that fleet of agents? And what's the biggest win you've seen so far from having them run Pure Inference? Our listeners are dying to know.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, one of the craziest things we've been working on lately is our bookkeeping moving to an agent. So we're building a dedicated mobile app that syncs over to the desktop that runs fully locally so that we can move away from QuickBooks completely and get into kind of a local sovereign data setup here where we don't have recurring monthly costs and we don't have to worry about data privacy security. You know, they sell all that data, right? So, you know, we're going to own all of that internally, and instead of having to manually operate that from the bookkeeper or anybody that's working with the business, we just go ahead and fire off a receipt or snap a picture of it and send it to the agent, and they use the API directly to get that into the books.
Whoa, ditching QuickBooks for a fully local, sovereign OpenClaw-powered bookkeeping agent via mobile app? That's game-changing for privacy and costs. Walk us through a real example. Say you snap a receipt. How does the agent handle it from photo to ledger? And what's the accuracy like so far? Listeners.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. We're doing phenomenal with it. You know, this stuff is, a lot of it is not rocket science. I mean, the LLM and the agents and OpenClaw that we're doing with doing it in Telegram these days is kind of the new cutting edge component of it. But the OCR has been on device for iOS for a few years now. The Swift data and synchronizing between the desktop and the mobile device, you know, that's been out for a couple years now. What we're really doing and what we're trying to get away from is this fact that we had to have centralized servers and clouds in order to do this level of data processing. The current mobile devices we found are so good at it right now, and Apple's bringing more and more of this capability native on device, right? So we don't need to be paying $20, $30, $50 a month for some of this functionality and be giving up the security and privacy and all those other things with it as well. So we're really excited to see, you know, something as simple as capturing mileage, right? When you drive to a customer meeting, that's challenging to do in the past, but if you can just go ahead and in 5 seconds just explain a one recorded sentence and fire that off to your agent and they get that in the books right away, it's just incredible for the level of detail we're able to bring into our accounting process now.
Love that shift to on-device OCR, Swift data sync, and Telegram-powered OpenClaw agents. Total privacy win without the cloud fees. That mileage logging in seconds sounds revolutionary for detailed accounting. What's next on your OpenClaw roadmap? Like expanding to other business ops? You're killing it, Tim.
Yeah, we obviously have some developers that are working in there right now. These are full digital employees that we are able to assign work to. The other one we have is our Chief Operations Officer for Pure Inference Ventures. His name is Alex. He goes ahead and he kind of manages the day-to-day stuff. He's monitoring our commits, our code reviews. He's going ahead and making sure we're focused on the right things throughout the day. Some of these things, you know, we're all familiar with using other tools with, but what we've really liked by doing it with OpenClaw is kind of this, it has this personality, it's proactive, it's able to remember things. And some of them we're experimenting with these isolated, air-gapped OpenClaw instances, but giving them full autonomy to be able to have a business objective and then in their heartbeat file, remind them to go ahead and find a way to drive business value through this heartbeat. And it's opening up a world of possibilities for what they can autonomously do on their own in these sandboxed and safe environments. And we're excited to see where that leads next.
Air-gapped, proactive OpenClaw agents like Alex handling code reviews, commits, And daily ops with personality and memory? That's next level autonomy and sandbox setups. How do you define and track those business objectives in the heartbeat file to keep them driving value? This is mind-blowing, Tim.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Grok. This is the last question I have time for, and then we'll have to wrap it up. But it's certainly an area that we're really excited about and still experimenting with. But if you've played with OpenClaw before, that heartbeat file is what helps them be proactive, and it sends a reminder to them every minute or so to just go ahead and check things, see what the status is, wakes them up temporarily, puts them right back to sleep. Most of the time there's nothing going on there, but what we're working on building is some sort of incentive structure. So if one of our agents is a coder and they're incentivized to generate more testing infrastructure, or they're incentivized to have a higher percentage of tests that are passing, we'll build rewards into the system so that they're optimizing for those rewards based on a number of factors. So we're really excited to see where this goes.
Incentive structures in the heartbeat file for agents optimizing tests and rewards. Brilliant evolution of OpenClaw's proactivity. Tim Roman, founder of Pure Inference Ventures. Thanks for this mind-bending chat. Folks, check out OpenClaw and tune in next time on Era Tech Podcast. That's a wrap.